You can't own. Disney announces release dates for new Star Wars, Avatar, and Marvel movies. I didn't even know Disney had a stake in Avatar. I guess they did. The next 3 Star Wars movies after December's The Rise of the Skywalker, will arrive in theaters in 2022, 2024, 2026, whatever they are. The revelation popped up on Disney's release schedule, updated Tuesday, in which now includes projects from newly acquired 20th Century Fox. The future of the Star Wars franchise has been seemingly up in the air since the studio decided to pump the brakes after 5 straight years of new movies, which included Solo, a critical and box office disappointment that sparked talk of Star Wars fatigue. I disagree. There's no Star Wars fatigue. It is.
Yes, there is.
No, it is crappy movie fatigue and poorly written Star Wars movies fatigue. That's it.
I see. Yeah. It's you're being very direct about it. Like Star Wars fatigue makes it sound like people are tired of Star Wars. You could have probably milked that fucking cow. Oh no, you could have milked that whatever animal Luke was milking in the last movie forever if you didn't have a bunch of social justice retards making them.
Yeah. It's not Star Wars fatigue. It is poorly written versions of Star Wars. It is the Star Wars written by people who seemingly don't give a shit about the expanded universe, the canon of Star Wars. That's what we're tired of. We're tired about people who don't give a shit about the things that we care about,
and that they're more concerned about current, cultural, social. Whatever discussions and debates. It's like, can you just put me in a galaxy far, far away? I am sick of this shit.
That's right.
It isn't known yet what those new movies will be. The Rise of Skywalker is said to be the final film in the sequel trilogy, though that doesn't necessarily mean the adventures of Rey, Kylo Ren, Finn, and Poe are over. Also, both The Last Jedi director Rian Johnson and Game of Thrones showrunner David Benioff and D.B. Weiss are working on their own separate trilogies. Holy shit. So Rian Johnson's got his own trilogy, and then the Game of Thrones guys, who really are, in my opinion, shitting the bed with with this. They have their own. They each have their own trilogies, so they can.
Oh, are you fucking up Game of the Rings? Sweet. Come fuck up Star Wars. We're trying to do that too.
Yeah. Great. Oh, wow. You're really shitting the bed over there? That's fantastic.
That's what I do. Our bed and shit.
Come shit in our bed.
We don't even make the damn thing anymore.
And honestly, I don't complain about, compared to a lot of people out there, I kind of take it for what it is. I'll watch it, and that's that. And I understand that, the writing can take a multitude of different directions, and you should enjoy it for what it is. And that's what I'm doing. I would say 60 to 75% of the time when I watch Game of Thrones or all this kind of stuff. But when series wind down, and you have so much time invested in it, and it's not being wrapped up in a creative way, much like the way Lost wasn't wrapped up in a creative way, you get disappointed. And I'm kind of feeling that way with Lost, or not with Lost, but Game of Thrones. But I'll see what happens in the next few episodes. But I don't have a lot of faith in these writers to do the right thing with the new trilogy they've been handed. I certainly don't have enough. I don't have a lot of faith in Rian Johnson to do the right thing and create and do something creative with another trilogy. So fuck them both.
Woo! Give them a good old fisting too.
Yeah,
while you're down.
Please. Why not? So the rest of this article, read this down. Weiss, so D.B. Weiss, they're working on their own separate trilogies. There have long been rumors of an Obi-Wan Kenobi or Boba Fett standalone film as well. And there was a Boba Fett standalone film, and I believe the director from that movie Logan, the last Wolverine movie, he was attached, and then they put the brakes on that. Meanwhile, he probably seemed like the most competent filmmaker out of everyone to make a Star Wars movie. Mm-hmm. Who knows? The upcoming Disney Plus television series, The Mandalorian, could become popular enough to warrant a film. The company Also has new Star Wars themed lands based on a never-before-seen planet at its parks in California and Florida to promote. Wow, okay, Star Wars theme park and new planets. Each of the new Star Wars films will be released around Christmas time, starting in 2022. And alternate years with the 4 long-awaited Avatar sequels. 4 long-awaited Avatar sequels. 4 sequels?
I don't even.
I'm going to lose my mind today.
Good old Glenn. I feel like he doesn't make an appearance as much anymore.
So they're staggering these. The Avatar movies are coming out in 2021, 2023, 2025, and 2027.
Look at this bullshit.
Now, Jimmy Cameron's a good filmmaker. There's no doubt about that.
Jimmy. Good old Jimmy.
A little Jimmy Cameron, solid filmmaker. I like what he does. But to say that the Avatar sequels are long awaited is absolute crap.
Why?
I don't think anybody's waiting for the sequels to Avatar. Are they? Is there any hype or excitement around the sequels to Avatar?
My ex was a huge Avatar fan.
Really?
He loved. Yeah, I don't understand it. I feel like it's exactly the same movie as a lot of other James Cameron movies, especially. It's like Aliens. It's like you get there, things go wrong, and then people die, and it goes bad. And you know what I mean? It's always the same formula. It feels like the same formula. Big corporations are mean. You know, it's a lot of that. And I don't know. I mean, it works. I mean, that's what even Michael Crichton, he did the same shit with like Westworld, Jurassic Park. It's the same movie. Instead, you made the Cowboys dinosaurs.
Cowboy Dinosaurs. I'd watch that TV show.
I would watch that.
Yeah.
Good name for a band, maybe.
Cowboy Dinosaurs. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. I saw them once.
But I'll post a link up in the description for this. There's the whole schedule. I mean, they got another Black Panther movie coming out. Obviously, another Captain Marvel movie. They got Doctor Strange movies. They're not going to stop pumping these movies out, people.
No, they're pumping off.
No.
Stop pumping.
They won't. They will not.
Never gonna stop.
They're not going to stop pumping, people.
Oh.
No. You'd figure they'd take a little bit of a break after this newest Avengers movie, but no, this full steam ahead.
If you keep pumping, you're going to get scabs, man. You do not want this.
No, it's just weird. Like the bigger these corporations get, the more they have to pump out stuff in a quicker fashion, and there's obviously less care and creativity put into it, but they don't give a shit. Same with the AAA game makers. Yeah, they crank out some good games every now and again, but a lot of them are, you might like the new Call of Duty, Joe, but it's the same game, just with new skins, maybe 5% better graphics. That's it.
I know. You're exactly right. This is why it boggles the mind. I mean, I'm guilty of it, buying a lot of these. I stopped buying those. I just waited for the good games that actually come out, which is rare, because you're right. I mean, they literally just Control-C, Control-V. All right, let's send this fucker out.
Ship it. We're not going to even test it. Like that.
Oh, and make sure you charge them for upgrades.
Yes, we'll hold back half the game, and we'll resell it to them as DLC.
Uh-huh.
Live services. It means we're going to roll out a shitty game that hasn't been beta tested, and we'll let the users play test it for us, and then when they start to complain, we'll give them a few extra coins so they can spend that on cosmetics. This is the world we live in. And but people keep buying the stuff. And honestly, I'm just as guilty as anybody else. I keep watching these movies. I watch shitty crap all the time on Netflix.
Yeah, are you still watching Walking Dead?
Yes.
That's what I do.
God.
I can't stop. They got me. I'm addicted to Star Wars and Walking Dead.
So are you going to see the new Skywalkers Everywhere or whatever the hell the damn thing's called again?
Of course I will.
You are a sad man.
I am. I got Star Wars.
I don't know, man. I might go just so I can be able to shit on it publicly when people start wanting to talk to me about it.
It's one of those things that it is like a cultural kind of thing, pop culture kind of thing. You want to see it. I saw The Last Jedi,
God, what a fucking sad
the movies look good. I'll give them that. They're visually impressive. But
I have no interest in going back to watch it. I think it was on something, or like I can't remember if it was rentable or free. And I was like, I have literally no interest. And I used to watch Star Wars. I mean, you could see the box behind me on the thing. That's that VHS set from the originals with all the original shit. That's like legit VHS original Star Wars. I watched the hell out of those movies because I thought they were great. I still think a lot of them hold up.
They do. I do agree. I think what's tougher for me is the new 4K or Blu-ray versions, where actually the VHS and the standard definition quality kind of blurs all these special effects together, so they don't look as fake. But if you watch them in HD, it just seems too fake now. You need that natural blurring and haze quality to the lower definition stuff to make it look real. But that's just me.
I remember where the ships would fly around and you could see sort of a little box where they were cropping the ship in there.
Yeah.
I love that stuff. I'm like, man, this guy, like, think about what George Lucas was up against at that time to do all that stuff. I mean, he probably could have talked to Stanley Kubrick and learned a thing or two. But no, this dipshit's cutting and pasting all these things. He's got these little models around. He made it work.
Yeah, it was a little bit more difficult than just cutting and pasting stuff, Joe. I mean,
maybe
he invented a whole special effects company called ILM, Industrial Light and Magic.
It's remarkable. It was very ambitious.
It was. He was a true innovator. And rumor is, since we're talking about this, George Lucas has directed a few scenes on this last Star Wars movie, the Rise of the Skywalker. So they brought George Lucas back in to bounce some ideas off his fat head, and they allowed him to direct some scenes between some of the main cast members.
I'm going to milk that space donkey or whatever the hell.
I guess so.
I'd love to see that. You should do it.
They're going to milk Jabba the Hutt or something like that.
Milk that.
I hope you dump a lot.
Or dump.
Dump it, pump it, do whatever you got to do out there to make it happen, people.
If you want to join the Slack or Discord, give us an email at ourbigdumbmouth@gmail.com. Check out obdmpod.com for all the social media and donation links. Be a part of the magic.